In this video, we're going to go over off-page SEO factors. Now, with off-page SEO factors, it's basically all about backlinks, and more importantly, the number of backlinks that you have back to your site. Now, when getting backlinks, it's also critically important what anchor text you're using. So, for example, the link there, the anchor text is organic gardening tips. It's just the hyperlinked anchor text. Now, the one most important thing here is you want to make sure that you vary your anchor text. With the recent Google updates, it's critically important that you're really concentrating on varying your anchor text. So again, with anchor text, we always want to be using descriptive, keyword-rich anchor text, but also varying that and also mixing in just some random links as well. So let's go a little more into detail on that. Again, like I had said, you want to vary your anchor text. So for example, if the keyword I'm trying to rank for is organic gardening, I want to be using exact match anchor text around 25 to 40% of the time. So again, those are links I would get where my anchor text is exactly organic gardening. Now you want to use this on your most valuable links because again, it's your exact match anchor text. So anytime you're getting a link from a highly trusted source or a valuable resource, you want to make sure that you go ahead and use the exact match anchor text. And your overall linking scheme, you should be using exact match anchor text about 25 to 40% of the time. Then you also want to be using partial match anchor text. So again, what this means is if I'm trying to rank for organic gardening, getting a link with organic gardening would be an exact match anchor text. It's exactly the keyword I'm trying to rank for. But what you also want to do is get partial match anchor text. So an example would be organic gardening supplies. So again, my main keyword is in there, but I added another word to kind of mix it up. Now you could add 1 word, 2 words, 3 words. It doesn't really matter. You just want to make sure it's a partial match. So again, it's not an exact match. You want to use these about 10 to 20% of the time. And again, I would be using these when you're getting links from valuable sources. Then you want to be using just some random anchor text about 15 to 25% of the time. So this would be getting a link, where it says click here, more information, visit our website, check this out. Just completely random anchor text. You don't want to be repeating these either. These are just completely random. And the reason we do this is to create a more natural backlink profile. So if you have a web page and let's say you're trying to rank for organic gardening and 100% of your links use the anchor text organic gardening. That's an immediate red flag. That just is not natural. If you compare that to some other website that's not doing any link building, do you think everyone who just organically links to them is going to use their exact keyword? Of course not. So again, you want to be mixing up the anchor text. When we're out there doing link building, you want to be also mixing in just completely random anchor text to make it look natural. Again, use these about 15 to 25% of the times. And when you use these, since the anchor text is not going to be relevant to your page, you want to use these on your low quality links. So if you're doing forum or blog comments, any kind of social bookmarks, those are very low value links just simply because they're so easy to get. Google doesn't value those as much. That's where you want to use these random anchor texts because they're low value links, but they're still a good place to start diversifying your backlink profile. And then you also want to be using URL anchor text. These are just naked links. You want to use these about 20 to 30% of the time. So again, this would be a link where the anchor text is just website.com, www.website.com, maybe http:// website.com. There's a lot of variations of a URL link. So you want to mix those up as well. A good place to do these is when you're submitting videos because in most video sites, of course, you aren't going to be able to specify an anchor text. So any place you're getting a link where you can't specify the anchor text, it's a great place to start getting your URL anchor text. Now again, the reason we do these is because if you think of a random website out there who's not doing any link building and people are just organically linking to them, the number one way people probably link to a website is just by using their URL. So it's very natural to have those in your backlink profile. Now, one thing I will point out with all these suggested ranges I gave you, these are not set in stone. They're just based on a lot of research that has been done, especially after the latest Google updates, of kind of the ranges you want to stay within. So it's a good starting place, but once you start building links and you start seeing your rankings, maybe you're not moving up as fast as you can. Maybe you can't get past a certain spot. Then it might be time to start adjusting these percentages. And overall, the easiest way to do this is whatever keyword you're trying to rank for, go ahead and look at the top 3 to 5 websites that are already ranking in Google for those keywords, and then just do some backlink research on them. See what percentages, see what percentages of their links are exact match, partial match, random, and URL, and that'll give you the best guide possible for the ranges to stay within. But for just as a starting point, kind of a general rule of thumb, these are pretty good percentages to stay within. They're going to make it look pretty natural from the start. And again, just a good starting place. And down the road, you might want to do some more research to see what your competition, who's already ranking, what ranges they are in. Another thing with backlinks is link diversity is incredibly important. So you want to get links from various sources and various IP addresses. Again, we're trying to stay natural. So if you think, again, of a website who is not doing any link building and they're just getting links organically, would it make sense that 100% of their links come from article directories? Of course not. They're going to have links from all kinds of different properties. So it's very important to go out and get links from a variety of sources. So again, you'll have links from article directories, press release sites, Web 2.0 sites, social bookmarking sites. You might have links on Twitter, on Facebook. Again, you want to get as large of range of different sources, and we're going to go over all those sources in the videos to follow as well. And lastly, link velocity is incredibly important as well. You want to be building links slowly to new websites, and then slowly ramping that up and maintaining that link velocity as time goes on. So again, to harp back on the looking natural, if you build a website and a week later, you blast out 1,000 links to that website, that just doesn't look natural. And what looks even more unnatural is if you get 1,000 links one month, and the next month you get none, the next month you get none. That's just not how a normal site acquires links. You want to start slow and then continue to build up the pace at which you're getting links, and then continue that link velocity as time goes on. Now, I'm not saying you have to build links forever. It's probably a good idea to continue to build some links, but once you achieve top rankings and you have trust within Google and you're looked at as a quality site, then you can slow it down. But when you get started, you want to build slowly and then maintain that velocity as time goes on. You don't want to have big spikes and drops in the amount of links you're getting. And again, the key point is you want to look natural. You don't want to do anything that looks like you're out there trying to game the search engines. Now, of course, with SEO, in a sense, everyone who's doing SEO is trying to game the search engines. But again, you want to do it as naturally as possible, and make it look as much like just organic links coming in as possible. So those are the basics to getting backlinks, some things to keep in mind, some things to follow as we move forward and start getting links to our site.